All right, with our first finalist, the onstage question is, Ms. Northwest, you're first. As Miss Earth United States for your 1-year reign, what will be your legacy?
So the forefront in my mind, I always keep in mind that the earth is our inheritance and the children are living messages for our future. So as Miss Earth United States 2017, I will use this advocacy for environmental awareness by first and foremost exemplifying by example my personal love, care, and appreciation for our home. And number 2, emphasizing the importance and the value of educating our youth, teaching them how the planet works, so that in turn, they will learn how to take care of it. I am blessed to be a blessing.
Thank you, Miss Northwest.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lesson 22. That video was a little clip from the 2017 National Beauty Pageant of Miss Earth United States, where I won Miss Earth United States Water, and I took home the Highest Point Interview Award and Highest Point Runway Award, and that was the onstage question for the top final 3. And let me tell you, everything that I will be explaining in this lesson are all the keys and the tools that I used to execute that onstage question, as well as how I conducted myself in the interview room and just throughout the entire pageant. So listen carefully. I'm just going to give you my pointers and the resources that I use to make myself a better public speaker. Okay, so let's get into it. What makes a great public speaker? First of all, you need confidence, right? Which is assured self-love. Full trust and belief in your power to be trustworthy and reliable in presenting yourself and delivering your message authentically. Second of all, you need personality, okay? The visible aspect of your character, an embodiment of personal qualities, aka like if you're funny, if you're energetic, if you're charismatic, let that come through when you are public speaking. There's nothing worse than watching someone deliver a speech or deliver a message and they're monotone and boring, right? So that brings me to the third point. You need poise, which is a state of balance and dignity and composure and stability, right? It's not all just personality, but also knowing when to let your personality shine and when you need to make a point for whatever specific topic you're discussing or you're presenting, right? It's a balance of all of these things. Next, you need conciseness, right? The ability to express and to cover much in few words in a brief form of comprehensive in scope. Brief in form, but comprehensive in scope, which means sticking to the point, right? Not going off on several tangents of, I was walking my dog the other day and I had this thought. No, stick to the script, okay? Stick to the script and be concise. Keep to the point, right? Keep to your bullet points. Because you'll say a lot without having to say a lot. That's what conciseness means. And finally, truth. Stating an actual matter that includes fact checks, references, and accuracy. When you public speak, it's important that you tell the truth. Even if you you must believe in what you're speaking about, right? Nobody goes on stage people do go on stage and speak untruths, but you want to be truthful. This is what makes a great public speaker: telling the truth, having facts to back up that truth, in alignment with what you believe, as far as and as well as accuracy in the truth and references that you can deliver to back up your statements or your speech points or whatever. So those are my 5 pointers that makes a great public speaker: confidence, personality, poise, conciseness, and truth. All right. And it's okay to seek professional help for confidence improvement in public speaking. I did. And these are a few of the references and the pointers that I used when I was learning more on this topic. And the first one is from a professor of Harvard. Her name is Marjorie North. And these are 10 tips from her for improving your public speaking. Number 1, remember that nervousness is normal. Practice and prepare. She says all people feel some physiological reaction like pounding hearts, trembling hands. So do not associate these feelings with the sense that you will perform poorly or make a fool of yourself. Some nerves are good. The adrenaline rush that makes you sweat also makes you more alert and ready to give your best performance. I can't tell you how many times I've been backstage ready to present myself onto to a crowd, whether it's a fashion show or a beauty pageant, and I always get butterflies. But you know what I do? I eat those butterflies and I use them to propel me for a great performance. So don't forget, nervousness is normal, but also the same nerves that give you the same sensation in your body that brings about nervousness also brings about excitement. So instead of saying that you're nervous, say you're excited, and you watch how your words will manifest in your behavior. The best way to overcome anxiety, she says, is to prepare, and prepare some more. Take the time to go over your notes several times, and once you become comfortable with the material, practice a lot. Videotape yourself and get a friend to critique your performance. I did this with my mom. I have flashcards, that's why I asked you guys in the tools to have flashcards and line flashcards and highlighters, because you can take any piece of writing material and turn it into a speech. Okay, so the best practice that I use is by writing, a first draft, a second draft, and then the third draft goes on the flashcards. Or the final goes on the flashcards, and I highlight those things. I highlight those points or those beginning words or where I'll begin in my speech, and I'll practice that with a friend or with a family member, and just get comfortable with reciting the speech out loud. Okay, practice is key. Her second point of improving your public speaking skills is knowing your audience. Your speech is about them, not you. Before you begin to craft your message, consider who the message is intended for. Learn as much about your listeners as you can. This will help you determine your choice of words, level of information, idea, and main points. Oh, excuse me, I'm reading something. I'm reading the next one, I'm sorry. So knowing your audience, this will help you determine your choice of words, level of information, organization pattern, and motivational statement. Number 3 was organize your material in the most effective manner to attain your purpose. Have a purpose and intention with what you're speaking. Create a framework for your speech. Write down the topic, the general purpose, the specific purpose, the central idea, and the main points. Make sure to grab your audience's attention in the first 30 seconds. Number 4, watch for feedback and adapt to it. I read a great book on the art of body language, and this all goes with public speaking, right? If you're in front of an audience and you see someone crossing their arms, typically that means that they're skeptical or they're not really receiving to the information that you're delivering. So adapt to that, right? Lean in more towards getting that person from here to here into a listening mode, okay? But don't let that distract you. Keep focus on the audience, gauge their reactions, adjust your message, and stay flexible. Delivering a canned speech will guarantee that you lose the attention of or confuse even the most devoted listeners. Number 5, let your personality shine through. Again, that was my tip. Be yourself. Don't become a talking head in any type of communication. You will establish better credibility in your personality shining through, and your audience will trust what you have to say if they can see you as a real person. Number 6, use humor and tell stories and use effective language. In Inject a funny antidote in your presentation, and you will certainly grab your audience's attention. Audiences generally take a personal touch in a speech. A story can provide that. Number 7, don't read unless you have to from an outline. Reading from a script or a slide fractures the interpersonal connection. By maintaining eye contact with the audience, you keep the focus on yourself and your message. A brief outline can serve to jog your memory and keep you on task. Number 8, use your voice and hands effectively. Omit nervous gestures like side to side, twiddling your thumbs, doing stuff like that. Nonverbal communication carries most of the message. Good delivery does not call attention to itself, but instead conveys the speaker's ideas clearly and without distraction. Number 9, grab attention at the beginning and close with a dynamic end. Do you enjoy hearing a speech that starts with, "Today I'm going to talk to you about"? No, the answer is no. Most people don't. Instead, use a startling statistic, an interesting anecdote, or a concise quotation. Conclude your speech with a summary and a strong statement that your audience is sure to remember. Number 10, use audio-visual aids wisely. That means like presentations or slides that you have that pertaining to your speech are good, but don't overdo it. Too many can break the direct connection to the audience, so use them sparingly. They should enhance or clarify your content or capture and maintain your audience's attention. Next, I'm moving on to the 12 benefits of greater self-confidence by Dr. T.C. North, PhD. Number 1, greater self-confidence means you're going to be your best under stress. When you're confident, you perform up to your potential, and you want to perform your best when it counts the most under pressure. Secondly, you influence others with great self-confidence. Self-confident people often influence others more readily. This helps when selling an idea, a product, or negotiating at work or at home. Number 3, greater self-confidence gives you leadership and executive presence. Self-confidence plays a big part in leadership and executive presence. You create such presence by how you think, act, and how you carry your body and use your voice. Greater self-confidence helps you to exude more of a positive attitude. When you feel confident about yourself and you believe you have an important and meaningful place in the world, it gives you a positive attitude. Greater self-confidence makes you feel valued. When you are confident, you know what you excel at and that you have value. Greater self-confidence rises you to the top. Looking for a promotion? The more self-confidence you have, the more likely you are going to become promoted. Number 7, greater self-confidence makes you sexier because confidence is sexy. Number 8, reducing negative thoughts. Greater self-confidence allows you to experience freedom from self-doubt and negative thoughts about yourself. Number 9, you experience more fearlessness and less anxiety. Greater self-confidence makes you more willing to take smart risks and more able to move outside of your comfort zone. Number 10, greater self-confidence gives you more freedom from social anxiety. Being more comfortable with yourself reduces concern about what others may think of you. How liberating is that, right? All of these things I have. So this is why I'm teaching you that how important they are. And I pray that you put these things into action because trust me, it's better on this side. All right. Number 11, gaining energy and motivation to take action. Confidence gives you positive energy to take action to achieve your personal and professional goals and dreams. The more highly motivated and energized you are, the more likely you are to take immediate action. And finally, greater self-confidence gives you freedom to be happier. right? Confident people tend to be happier and more satisfied with their lives, more than people who lack self-confidence. Okay, so those are my 2 references for becoming a better public speaker and to gaining greater self-confidence. Now I'm going to list a few other resources that have helped me in this area that I've used in the past. They're either affordable online classes or free or affordable online classes that you can do over Zoom, or you can visit, their organization in person. The first one is Toastmasters. I personally use Toastmasters for all 3 of the pageants that I entered into: Miss California USA, Miss California Earth USA, and Miss Earth United States Water. Toastmasters is the bomb. You know why? Because it's a free nonprofit, and there are other people that are learning just like you, and it's a judgment-free zone, and they really help you to become a better public speaker by giving you exercises that you can do, getting in front of the class and reading these speeches if you want to. They give you feedback. It's really great. It's worldwide, I believe, and I just highly recommend Toastmasters. And I'm even thinking about, continuing on visiting the different club locations that they have, just to, touch up on my public speaking. It's been a while since I've had to, besides this course, of course, it's been a while since I've had the opportunity to actually speak before a crowd, I guess, a crowd in person. So, but I do believe it's not, there'll be an opportunity that comes up soon. So just a touch on my public speaking skills, I highly recommend Toastmasters. Okay, moving on. Rhetoric, the art of persuasive writing and public speaking. Communication strategies for the virtual age. Storytelling for social change. Introduction to public speaking. How to break the habit of self-doubt and build real confidence. Communicating with confidence. Robin Roberts teaches effective and authentic communication. TED Talks, the official TED Guide to Public Speaking by Chris Anderson. The Complete Public Speaking Course. Presentation Essentials, How to Share Ideas that Inspire Action. And finally, Public Speaking for Success by Dale Carnegie. And I've tagged below this video all of these resources so that you can go to them and select whatever one that you like, okay? So yeah, that's it, guys. Those are my pointers on public speaking. This is lesson 22, public speaking 101, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Ciao.